Lore, this is going to be probably a very unpopular opinion because the way detachment is being portrayed online, the way it's being taught to you right now, it is for the most part really distressing and not serving you. A lot of influencers are right now portraying detachment in a very unhealthy way, unconsciously preying on your anxious tendencies. And this is not to cast shade on anyone. It is probably not done in a malicious way. However, as someone who has been highly anxious her whole life and gone into the avoidant pattern, highly avoidant, which means that like if you're anxious, you just want to cling on to things. If you're avoidant, nothing is safe, so you put everything at a distance. You completely detach from everything. Only 3% of the population is as lucky as I am to have that complicated emotional mess, but I guess it makes it of a good service to be able to deliver this kind of content to you, to come into a secure form of state of being and detaching at a healthy way. Because understand this, like when someone tells you, okay, nothing can ever faze you, nothing anyone says should ever hurt you, you should detach from every person, every situation, put everything at a distance, only rely on yourself. It goes into this hyper independence that can feel, of course, good at first, because if you are someone who was taught to be a good girl or a good boy, you obey, you've been a people pleaser your whole life, you want to get on YouTube but you're afraid of what everyone is going to tell you, you want to start a business but you're afraid you're going to fail, and people are laughing at you, people have bullied you, of course, getting into a super high level of detachment is going to naturally feel good, and you are going to want to listen to what that person has to say. But are you here to live this life on your own? Like honestly, genuinely, legit, do you want to live completely by yourself? Are you like Castaway and trying to like have Wilson as your friend? What I'm gonna promise you by the end of this video is that we're going to definitely talk about the level of detachment that is necessary, but also pay attention to the attachments that you should be nurturing in your life. Hi, my name is Atena. Welcome back to my channel, where we are going to be having a lot of brutal conversations, a lot of, not brutal, honest conversation in the month of December, because just like from the bottom of my heart, as someone who has suffered from anxiety, depression, feeling like life is not at the grip of my hands my whole life, and finally really feeling settled into my state of being in a healthy, loving, secure relationship, building a business like from like my heart, and seeing what life can actually offer us. Like I want to genuinely like break some of these patterns, break some of these things that are being said and you're led to believe. Like you're not a victim in this. Like I don't believe that at all, but I do believe that we need to rebalance what is going on and just start building healthy habits. Like there's this really amazing movie called Into the Wild, and a lot of the movie talks about the guy just going and doing his own thing. He has unsubscribed from capitalism. He gives his entire tuition fee to charity. He goes into the wild by himself, and throughout the movie, it's based on real life story, by the way, he is just diving into nature, saying we don't actually need relationships, we can just be by ourselves, be happy. And at the very end, as he ingests by accident this poison, still watch the movie, by the way, this isn't ruining anything, it's still really fantastic to watch. He says, happiness is nothing when it is not shared. So sit here and tell me, how are you going to detach from everything and anyone and continue to enjoy your happiness when it is not shared? If you've read the book by, I forget his name, but it's called The Outliers, and he talks about all sorts of outlying personalities, societies, and the first chapter that he starts, he talks about this city in the US called Rosetta. Really bad with these kind of names, but anyways, I'll write it here. And basically in this city, they have the same number of obesity, the same number of everything, except their health is way better. Why do they have less heart attacks? Why do they have less cancer? Why do they have less physical illness? Because of society, because they feel supported. They do not go in this life alone. They do not try to do it alone. They are held, they are witnessed, they are loved. Where do we detach and where do we attach? No one in this life can tell you who you are meant to be. It's not my job to tell you what you should believe. It's no one's job to believe in your soul mission but yours. You will get to this, however, through your interactions, through your experiences in life, through your decision to stand still and look within. Learning to be autonomous in the sense that you are no longer a child. When you're a baby, you need people's approval. You need your parents to love you, to hold you, to take care of you. If you don't have that, you are literally unsafe. You are going to feel like you're going to die. So that primal part of you is going to be there in adulthood. The difference is that as an adult, you get to pick and choose who you allow to be in your social circle. So right now, for me, for instance, I am not detached from my husband. I am not independent of his beingness. Like, yes, I am, because I live and breathe it with myself all day, every day. But having that relationship, feeling like I can depend and rely on his support and vice versa, him to me, is paramount to me feeling safe to go out into this world and do what I need to do. If I have a completely, like, think about it. If you have a best friend, okay? And you just never be knowing how this person is going to respond to you. You're gonna call them one day, they're gonna be like really rude, unsupportive, unloving, telling you to go F yourself. And then the next day they're just like, hey, I love you. Like, you just don't have like that consistency and support. How are you supposed to feel safe in that relationship? You do need to detach. You do need to let go. But when you start finding humans that you can choose, right? Creating a soul family that you can choose to love and nurture, they can highly support you in your growth in this life, to share the love, to share the happiness. So like, when you hear of detachment, you shouldn't care what other people think. When it comes to following your soul's essence, like, let's say you want to start a YouTube channel. Do you know how much fear there is? Like, it's like, if you have a channel, or if you've been wanting to start a channel, you know it's real. The fear of people laughing at you, the fear of people responding to you in a negative way, the fear of feeling judged. At the same time, you will never get that from another YouTuber. You won't get it from me. Oh, honey, you won't. Why? Because I see you in your power. I am in the ring. I am doing the damn thing. Here's one ultimate truth, and I literally have this tattooed on me, that nothing outside of love is real. When you genuinely go and form relationships based on love, anything that takes you out of that state of love, any situation that takes you out of that state of love, you need to at first detach from it, take a distance. Sometimes it's going to be about letting go of toxic people, letting go of toxic mindsets, unsubscribing from narratives like the good girl and the good boy paradigms that just don't serve you as a human. Unsubscribing from the negativity that you receive from people who aren't doing the things. Like, I am not going to listen to someone about my health who is smoking cigarettes, overweight, eating chocolate every day. Like, I'm just not gonna listen to you. Like, why would I? Right? And then there are situations where you will get yourself into, like debt. I think in this capitalist society, odds are 90% of the people watching this video, you have some form of bad debt. And I'm not talking about good debt, which is like buying a place and actually having or having a business where you're just like building something. Like I'm just talking about consumerism credit card debt. Like you went to Walmart or you went to like freaking Whole Foods or wherever you go and you just shop till you drop and you can't pay that shit back, okay? Detaching from the energies of that temporarily, removing yourself, doing some form of cord cutting, and giving yourself the space to cocoon, to revisit the thoughts that you're going to have, deciding on what's the story that you're going to have. These are the things that are genuinely important. And through this all, we are human beings. We need love and support. You know, a lot of these coaches will teach you, I'm a coach, so I'll say this legit for the industry, okay? They'll say, oh, you shouldn't need anyone. You should be independent. You should be this, you should be that. Oh, but join my coaching program. Okay, but why would I need you? If I'm supposed to be independent and not need anyone and not need anything and not need to be in any kind of form of dependency, why do I need you? Proximity to power. How many of us have heard that? Come be next to me so that you feel my power, so that you can go ahead and be powerful, because you can't be powerful on your own. Could there be more of a BS like shit going on here? We do need that support from humans. But what you want to do is detach from people and situations that are taking you out of the state of love. And you don't want to go to a place where you're totally avoiding, like the number of challenging conversations I've had with my husband over the years, because every time I open my heart to receive more, my anxious and avoidant patterns want me to push this man away because it doesn't feel safe in my body. I logically know I can depend on him. He has shown me over the years I can trust him. I, however, need to take the time to feel safe and release certain tendencies and certain patterns that I have lived through my whole life. And I could sit there and work on them on my own, or I can jump into this relationship with both feet and use the choice of building this relationship together with safety to build the life that I desire. Every human that comes on this earth is coming to advance their soul. And a really fantastic book, if you are into this kind of stuff, in the before, afterlife, in between life, is Between Life and Death by Dolores Cannon. Highly recommend it as an audiobook because it's very long. Every soul, just for a moment, if you want, even close your eyes as you're listening to me. Every soul comes on this earth and chooses to incarnate on this earth to have an experience, to advance their mission. We are all interconnected in one way or another. However, your job is to clean your energy frequently, to go into states of forgiveness and to release your attachment to stories, energies, people, paradigms that do not serve your soul's essence. And you will know you have detached when you stop judging it, because you will understand this human in these souls are here because they need to learn this lesson. They are going through this karmic healing pattern. As I stand in my power, because I'm choosing to pay attention to my unique individualism as I'm coming on this earth to be a part of a collective, I can witness and honor them for who they are being without feeling the need to integrate all the time my narrative, my subconscious patterns, my thought patterns with them. And when I've subscribed to a story that I notice is not serving me, or I am meant to karmically transcend, perhaps you have a soul contract with a family member who it's been 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you just don't get along with them. Break the contract, release them, let them go with love. And it might take you some time. Maybe you have to not look at them, not talk to them, and have a little bit of avoidancy until you get to a place of strength. And the best thing you can do, if you genuinely feel like detachment is what you need to do, is to say, how can I service this body, this life, my soul's purpose through love? And love, unconditional love, does not mean unconditional like access to me or access to you. It means to genuinely say, I'm releasing judgment, I'm releasing the need to control you, I am protecting my energy. Give them a chance to figure their life out without them accessing you. Stand in your power, stand in your light. The strongest energy always wins. And this is why the detachment becomes such a powerful tool. Detach long enough to be so strong in your energy that your vibration will get them to shift. But it's also not your job to shift them. It is their choice. So the ultimate form of detachment is understanding we all have choices in this life. We all should take responsibility for our state of being, but we're not meant to do life alone. You are meant to enjoy certain situations. You are meant to be attached to your happiness, to abundance. You are meant to experience love with other human beings and to form those societies and those communities. If you found any part of this conversation triggering or beautiful, or you have questions, please write a comment below. I would love for us to interact and build this community as in a support together to awaken each other, knowing that like legit the only thing to detach from is the disillusion that anything other than love is real in this life, and to unsubscribe together from stories that weigh us down from experiencing our soul's essence. And I'm done. I hope this video served you, and I hope you join this YouTube family and that we get to grow together.